Hi, this is Paul Salinger, Vice President of Marketing at Oracle. One of my roles here at Oracle has been to champion sustainable meetings, especially Oracle Open World. And for the last 3 years, we have increased all of our key performance indicators and have really concentrated on measuring what we're doing. I think if you start to look at the imperative that we're starting to build around sustainable meetings, it's really important to understand that to build that business case, it really does involve accountability and measurement. That's why we brought together all of the event stakeholders across the entire event supply chain, from the venue itself to the city that we're doing Oracle Open World in, to all of our key vendors and suppliers, and all of their subcontractors and suppliers, to really start to build the key performance indicators that we wanted to measure. Part of this has to do with resource management. So I think that you can start to look at things like measuring paper reduction and water reduction, energy reduction, and start to even look at your food supply chain. How many miles is all of your food taking to get to the venue? So for Oracle Open World, we created a system where we created 85 key performance indicators that we're now measuring. And this has really led to us being able to understand the kind of cost savings that we can derive from doing sustainable meetings, which helps to build the business case. Every business executive really wants to understand what the return on investment is. So unless you have very clear objectives and can understand what you're trying to achieve with your sustainable meetings, then it becomes just a matter of a checklist. And we need to move beyond just checklists as we start to think about how we can create more sustainable meetings. Sustainable meetings should become the standard operating practice for the event industry. And to do that, we really need to engage the entire event supply chain. So I would encourage all of you to think about really looking at what your key performance indicators are and really measuring those, and then developing baselines from year to year so that you can really start to look at and understand what your opportunities are for resource management and understanding how to do reduction of your overall environmental impact as you move from an event on over a year-to-year basis. This is something that we have done in conjunction with Meet Green. They have a calculator that we use that is very much aligned with the APEX standards. So if you start to think about all of the APEX categories, from the destination to the venue itself, to the hotel or accommodations, to your food and beverage, your transportation, your marketing communications, your AV production, your exhibitor services production, your marketing communications, and your on-site practices, all of those areas have some very key performance indicators that you could start to align against and start to understand how to measure. At the end of the day, it is about accountability. At Oracle, we have saved well over $2 million by eliminating bottled water, by reducing paper, by reducing overall signage, by really looking at all of our different areas and really understanding the opportunities that we have to save money. That contributes to the company's bottom line, and that helps to make the business case for executives being on board and buying into what you're trying to do with your sustainability initiatives. So it comes down to, again, engagement with stakeholders, developing key performance indicators, and those could be anything across all of those 9 categories that I just called out, and then measuring everything and reporting on that. And that will help you to build a business case as you think about how to really develop a sustainable meeting.